What's up, everybody? Welcome to Love and Swirl. I need to stop reading from a script because I'm looking right over the script. The internet's first live show specifically focused on the inner workings of the BWWM interracial relationship. My name is Danny, and I'm joined by my beautiful and intelligent sister co-host, Piper. You're supposed to say what's up.
Oh, what's up? Sorry,
Andy.
it's just a picture.
Andy.
What's up, guys?
Please remember this is an interactive show, so keep involved and join in the chat. As always, we reserve the right to delete, ignore, dismiss any ignorant, rude, or hateful speech. We'll also ridicule you. We will make fun of you because you're a caveman and you're stupid.
Because we're savage.
And we don't need to dwell on that. So we're live and we're ready to jump right in. Piper, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, tonight we're doing something a little bit different. I don't know if we've really done this exact format before, but we're doing a couch talk because it's been quite some time since we have caught up with everybody. And there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world of Swirl. There are a lot more relationships. There's a lot of celebrities and people and just regular people and YouTube. I mean, literally everything possible has been going on in the Swirl community. So we're going to just have a little couch talk and basically just go through pretty much everything that's been going on. We'll touch on whatever we can. And as always, if you guys think we need to touch on something different, feel free to leave it in the comments. But we'll try to get to everything we can, and excuse the train that's going by in my world. You can hear that toot toot. So
I could.
Are we supposed to say the obligatory like, comment, and subscribe thing?
Comment, subscribe, like, all below.
Yeah,
if you're not subscribed, then you aren't seeing this live anyway. So
that's probably true.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Unless you're watching it on Facebook, could be watching on Facebook.
True.
But
Yeah.
don't put the views somewhere else. But anywho, so
we have people on right now.
What's that?
Go ahead. Go for it.
Oh, just wanted to go into the comments real quick and say what's up to Toya. Maxie, she says, hey, where y'all been? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. And Nisi says, hey, guys. And Jenny Pierre says, hi, everyone. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Before we get into the who, what, where, when, how, and whys, we want to give a shout out. We are pretty certain she'll be on in a little bit, but our number one, day one, ride or die, number one, Crazy in Love. We want to say congratulations to Crazy in Love, as she is now Dr. Crazy in Love. She just received her doctorate. So we want to say congratulations to you, Chica. We love you. Thank you for being a friend to the show. Thank you for being a real life friend. Best wishes for everything that's opening up for you right now. If you guys haven't seen her channel, you guys need to go over and check out her channel. It used to be called Crazy in Love, all one word. And now I know it's like a combination of her name and her husband's name. And I guess I should have been, I'm sorry, I'm ill prepared for that. But I just go to her channel when I watch it. Go check her out. We'll link it below after all of this. Or when she pops in, she can link it in and you guys can check her out. But again, congratulations, Dr. Crazy in Love. We love you, girl.
If I was a doctor, everybody would be calling me doctor.
They would be too. I would be like, call me doctor.
There she is.
There she is. Bochet. Hashtag Bochet. So, guys, make sure you go check her out. And she is now Dr. Crazy in Love. Oh, is it Dr. or Dr. Mrs.?
Bo Dr. Shay.
Dr. Mrs. Gaddy or Mrs. Dr. Gaddy? I don't know. But anyway, congratulations, girl.
Definitely. Congratulations.
Isn't her channel, what, Bochet? Is that what it is?
Hashtag Bochet.
Yeah.
I think even if you type in the old name, it pops up.
Yeah, it might pop up too.
Yeah.
Because It's a Swirl World still pops up as, us. So, yeah.
Is this our first episode as live Love and Swirl?
Yes.
It is.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
We're like, hey, y'all, we're changing the name. We're coming on. Then
we're hiding
again.
Failed.
As normal, we disappear. We're like,
At
we're gonna
least
make
everybody
this
can expect they can expect inconsistency from us. That's what they can expect.
Dee's gone. She's out.
Yep. I know. She's out. She's dropped out. She's a picture now. Well, I'm a picture too, but guys, that's because I have bad lighting and I can't find my thing. So, you know.
Yes, Piper. Where is your face?
So I'm a picture. It still looks a lot like that, guys. Yeah, it's still a lot like that.
So when you tell your online dating profile, I kind of still look like this.
I know, right? I kind of still look like this.
How's everyone's summer been going?
Yeah.
We're talking
Our
news.
summer.
Piper, you have the biggest news to share. So
I really don't. It's not that big. To me, it's
well,
not
I'm
that
still
big.
living in Orange County, and Dee's still living in Philadelphia.
And I'm still living.
Oh, God. I made a big move, which is exciting. We won't say where, but you made a big move. And
Yes.
we're excited because we're closer now. So now Piper
Yes,
and I,
we're a lot closer.
we're in the same time zone, which is awesome. We've never been in the
No.
same time zone. So this is exciting. So we definitely plan to meet up. Hopefully this
Yes.
year.
Yes, that would be awesome. I'm super excited about that because it only would take a few hours to meet up. I'm like, yes, finally, I win.
I think we should play the game of Guess Where Piper Lives now.
Yeah, we should. We should have everybody try to pinpoint exactly where I am.
That'd be fun.
Like, where in the world is Piper, Arizona,
Diego.
instead of Carmen, San Diego?
The summer's going by so fast, you guys. Like
So fast, too fast.
blink
Too
and
fast.
blink of an eye, and it's fast. Yeah. So,
Like July's already over
I know.
on Monday.
No.
So you guys have any vacations planned? Have you gone anywhere? Are you going anywhere? Let us know in the comments, and we'll circle back and talk about that.
Well, my
Yeah.
birthday just
You're up
passed.
this spring, which was awesome. So I went to Iceland and London to visit a friend. Next month I'm going to Canada. So, I'm pretty stoked about that.
Wait, you went to Iceland? Did you meet any of those like Viking or Nordic or people? How does it work? What is it out there?
Because they was checking me out for real though.
Yeah.
I felt like I was with my people because everybody was 6 feet and over. It was great.
Yeah. Because they're all so tall. I'm like, wow, you could find you'll find tall guys there everywhere. Like they'll dwarf you.
I was with my people. It was great. I was like, so I was like in the locker room getting changed. So I went to the Blue Lagoon, which is a geothermal spa, and there's all non-black people there. I'm the only black person, well, in the locker room anyway. And actually, there were no black women. I was the only black woman, and there were a couple black guys. And guess who they were with?
White women.
White
women. Yeah, not black women trying to make eye contact. Like, no, keep looking over there. Look, you're with whoever you're with. Carry on.
Go hang out with Becky.
Yeah, keep going.
Go get your Becky with the good hair.
Yeah. So, the lady's like staring at me, and I'm like, "Oh, we got the same thing. Mine is just brown. It's okay." She's like, "Oh no." I'm like, "It's fine. You probably never seen a naked black woman live and in color, so it's okay."
They're like, so stare away. Just stare at me.
They're just
Give me a good look.
the only difference.
That's hilarious.
But Europe's dope. I can't wait to go back. I feel like my friend who I visited in London, we're like walking down the street, and he's like, "How do these men not know like we could be together?" I mean, but we weren't together because he's gay. But they don't know that. We could be. He's like, "All these men are like staring at you." So I'm definitely needing to make it to one of those Scandinavian countries. So he says I need to go to Copenhagen. So he's very familiar. So I think we're going to take a trip to Copenhagen next year, hopefully.
That would be awesome. You find your love in somewhere off in another faraway land.
Right. Need that because, American men are like...
Not the business.
So over it. Oh my god.
Thanks.
They're so whack.
So Nimi and I went on vacation, but we didn't go as cool as Europe. We just went to Georgia and Philly. That was pretty dope. We were in Philly for a day, so we went to Wawa, which was amazing.
Did not go to Wawa.
Changed my life. And then we went to, what was that? Rita Shaved Ice?
I love Rita.
If you just disrespected and call it shaved ice, it's water ice. WOO.
Water ice. Water ice.
Water.
WATA.
It was so awesome to see Annie. It really was.
Yeah,
I'm
it
so
was
happy
cool.
that he made it to see me because they came up from DC.
Yeah, we went from DC. Well, we flew out of Philly too. But as soon as we dropped D off, we were like, all right, we're done. Let's go. We want to get out of here.
You want to go to the comments real quick, guys?
Yeah,
Oh, yep, let's do it.
Am I reading them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I'm not looking at the comments. Hold
Okay.
on. My bad.
Get your life together over there, man.
Right? I'm telling you.
Your face.
Hey, I'm glad I'm just here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be invited.
Let's see. Bullshit. Oh, thank you. She says you're glowing, D. Absolutely beautiful. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. I'm like blushing over here. My highlights popping. See that? So, Gorgeously Made says, hi, all. Hi. And Maji says, yes, Europe is everything. That's all we got thus far in the comments. Unfortunately, Mike from Oz is not going to be able to make it tonight.
Oh, no.
So,
Did you see my
we'll see you
GIF or GIF? Is it called a GIF or a GIF? Does anybody know?
GIF. It's a GIF. A
Oh.
GIF. It's not a
Okay.
I thought it doesn't sound right.
It's a GIF.
The GIF I left when he said he wasn't going to make it was Homer Simpson crying. I was like, we're going to miss him.
I'm sure he'll watch it tomorrow. So, Danny, what's on tap, good brother?
So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. If you've been following our Facebook, you know what's up.
We've been tearing Facebook up, though.
Huh?
I
What'd you
said
say?
we've been tearing Facebook up. We have some good shit, though.
We've been having fun with it.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I can now write on my computer, so I can like draw all over people's faces and stuff. Do a Paris. What's that guy's name? The gossip guy that's always the Hollywood gossip guy. It's always drawn on people's face.
Oh,
Paris Hilton.
yeah, Perez Hilton. I knew that's
Perez Hilton. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He causes mad controversy, though.
So anyways, we are going to start off talking. Should I read it the way I wrote it in our description, guys?
why not?
No.
We're going to start talking about Robin Big. I mean, Black. There's one picture that I was like, I really wanted to do. He's like standing with there, and I was like, the problem was, I was like, there's a big picture of Rob, and then she was, as you guys know, Black China in the lower region is kind of wide, and so I was gonna like Rob across him and then Big across her, but then I was like, but he's big too, so that doesn't work. People will be confused.
She's not big.
Huh?
But
No, that's where I was gonna write Big.
Rest in peace, Big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Rest in peace
for real.
to him. He's passed away.
Lots of people like died this year, but we digress. But God, we don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah.
So what? Like, you guys got to fill me in, because honestly, as soon as the word Kardashian comes in, my eyes glaze over. I start thinking about basketball. I start thinking about basketball. I start thinking about how great it was when Kobe was playing. I stopped caring about anything to do with the Kardashians. I'm thinking about like changing my oil. Like, I don't like, as soon as the Kardashians, any of them, like even their dad on the OJ, when Ross from Friends was playing their dad, as soon as he would pop up, I'd be like, oh, he's a Kardashian. Okay. What do I need to do tomorrow? I got that yard work I got to get done.
Why let Piper take the reins on that one?
Oh, well, okay. So, Black China, she sent to Rob Kardashian a video or a picture of her with another guy. She was making out with him, kissing or whatever. She sent that to him, and he basically lost his shit.
As any guy normally would.
Do we know why she sent that to him?
I still don't understand why
She's
she
a
would
hoe?
ever have sent that to him. I mean, I'm guessing she obviously was trying to rub it in his face that she was with another dude.
Because
But
she's a hoe?
yeah, and all these pictures and stuff of her have her with several different dudes. And so Rob, being the stand-up Kardashian that he is, he immediately started posting pictures like of her naked, pictures that I'm sure she shared with him, like in the intimacy of their relationship. She she ended up sending those to him, and he posted them on Instagram. And then starts talking about all the money he's spending, paying her bills, um, just everything. I mean, he literally just went in and just started just outing all their dirty laundry, just everything. She's not a good mother. Why is she spending not enough time with her kids? I mean, just literally, he just went in on Black China. And his whole Instagram got deleted, though, because he was posting like that revenge porn or whatever is what people are calling it. Um, and then Black China, obviously, she got a lawyer. She has a restraining order, I believe,
What's
against
funny
him.
is that controversy is funny, the revenge porn, because those are pictures that like she was like, yeah, I sent those pictures, like big deal. Like that's what she's known for. Like, how is it revenge porn? I don't understand that part.
I don't get it either because
Somebody smarter than me can maybe explain that to me, how revenge porn, if like that's what you do.
I think
Like if that's what you do, how is it revenge?
she's just saying that basically she didn't approve of him posting these pictures of her, of her hoo-ha and everything else. Then there's pictures of another guy wearing a robe that I guess allegedly Rob bought for her, or bought in general.
So she's hanging out with gay dudes now, wearing girls' robes?
I guess, I don't know what that guy is to her, but she's just been flaunting herself, and I don't know why she would ever brag to him about it. But he just went unhinged and just started talking all kind of mess about her. I hate this drama because I knew it was going to happen. This is not surprising.
We said it was going to happen.
Yeah, like there's nothing surprising about it.
Rewind to when we were talking in the comments. I don't know who it was, but all y'all were saying, what about Black and Rob? Why don't you talk about Black and Rob? Because we don't care about Black and Rob.
Because we saw this train wreck coming before it ever happened. And she didn't fail. I mean, literally, she went from trying to get her name copywritten as, Angela whatever Kardashian. Now all of a sudden, she hates him and doesn't want to be with him. And I'm like, that relationship seems staged anyway. So I was just like, whatever. It's news and it is BWWM, but it's also real ratchet. Like, it's
super ratchet.
Cringy. It's cringy and ratchet and disgusting, and it's nothing that you shouldn't expect from the Kardashians. But you don't usually see Rob in the middle of that kind of stuff, and lo and behold,
I have to play devil's advocate here, and I have to say that I have to go into my Tyra mode and say I was rooting for you. And I was there. I mean, I never knew who she was, to be quite honest with you, until this kind of jumped off. Like, I knew her name, and I knew that she was a baby mama to some little boy named Tyga,
who was dating Rob's sister.
Right. I knew that, but I didn't know like her. I didn't even know her real name, so I really just kind of got to know as much as I do about her this year. And then when all of that stuff happened, so I was rooting for her because I kind of felt like she, in a way, she beat the Kardashian women at their own game.
Yeah.
So for me, I was rooting for her. In that sense, I wanted them obviously to get married first. I was hoping. I mean, I'm glad they didn't because, wow. Yeah. But I wanted her to get married first, and then produce his baby. But it just seems like that just doesn't happen for a lot of Black women in Hollywood these days. I don't know why. That's a whole other topic. But I was rooting for her. I felt like she was going to beat them bitches. Not those bitches, them bitches at their own game. And a Black woman. So I'm playing devil's advocate. I was on her side. And I'm still on her side in the sense that, like you said, Rob became completely unhinged, which was unacceptable. He's not, I blame China because she knows the mental state that he's in or was in, and I feel like she did take advantage of that, and that's wrong. Totally wrong. And he's obviously a weak person who needs a lot of therapy. Weak mind.
He needs a butt ton of therapy.
Yeah, he does. Men and their family just are wacko.
Yeah.
They really are.
Men in their family don't survive. They just don't. I mean,
they become women.
I mean, look at Bruce. You know, rest in peace, Bruce. But
rest in peace. So, so yeah, I was. That's the bottom line. I was for her. And see, Crazy says the same thing. She says I was rooting for Black China too. Beat those Kardashians at their own game. Not going.
Yeah, I really hoped she would, but she just. I mean,
well, she's got the heir now.
Yeah. She's got the heir apparent to the Kardashian throne.
So there it is. Boom.
Yep.
Hopefully they don't whack her.
And she's living up to her whole persona, though. I'm like, man, why do you got to be a hodeezy, though? Come on. Why do you send a video like that to the dude you know is crazy?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Like, you throw it in his face like, ha, ha, ha. It's like, of course, she's lucky he didn't just go, like, shoot her or something. I mean, he could have taken that a whole other way.
He's very unstable.
Yeah. Like, he was already unhinged when she got together with him. So I'm like, it could have gone a very different way. So the fact that he did just only take to Instagram is actually probably really tame for what he wanted to do.
I agree. So that's it for them.
Yeah. And it's going to keep going forever. Like, it's going to keep going. This is going to be drug out for a long time. Because that's what the Kardashians do.
To your comment earlier, Danny, about how you didn't understand, like, that's her thing. She wasn't like I guess in an intimate, setting, you share something with your partner, you don't expect it to be put out there for the world. What she did was work or her job. This was something that was supposed to be between her and Rob. And he put it out there for the world to see. And regardless of her profession or former profession, he had no right to do that. And so in these internet streets these days, there are rights. You have rights. And so she put on retainer one of the top attorneys. And I think the reason why I was like on Good Morning America or what have you is just to expose this kind of behavior and the consequences that come from it.
Right. But right after he released them, she retweeted them.
Really?
And reposted them. So that's where I'm like, how do you?
Is that her trying to get maybe in front of it? I don't know. I don't know the.
How do you repost this type of stuff and then say this is revenge porn? That's my question. Like, if you're the one sending it out, like putting it out, that's where I said she put it out. Like, it was before she started claiming this is revenge porn. She was sending it out on her social media too. And I just had to Google that because I was like, there was something that she did after he put those out that made her like, oh yeah, this is fine. And then she went and got an attorney and said, no, this is revenge porn. And I'm going to be the revenge porn queen now and fighting the civil rights movement of revenge porn.
Civil rights movement of revenge porn.
But no,
off of our civil rights. Golly.
She retweeted whatever it was she did. She either reposted on Instagram or retweeted. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't pay attention to that enough anymore to know what it is. I don't know what Snapchat is. I know what it is. I know it's an app, but I don't know how it works.
I don't know what Snapchat is either. Every time somebody asks me for my Snapchat, I'm like, I can't help you. I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I have no desire to even know. Sorry.
I don't even want to download it. I'm like, oh, well, it's something I didn't get on board with. People are lucky I Instagram. That's all they're getting.
So yeah, I don't know the details about that, but I do know that she, like, basically when he put all that stuff out was like, oh, this is okay because look at this. And then like a day later, she's like, revenge porn is bad and we need to stop it.
We'll see how that all unfolds.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
The only sad thing that their baby dream is going to be caught in the middle of this weird war.
That's unfortunate.
That's sad.
Yeah, but I mean, in the world of Kardashian celebrity dumb, all that stuff, kids are byproducts of it. They're like, they're not real people. Like, I'm not saying they're not real, but I'm saying like in their opinions, like the kids are just product placement ads. You know, they're just They're just props to their craziness.
True. Unfortunately.
That's why they name them weird things.
Yeah, like North.
like Northwest.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have followed up with Southwest. They just should have. I mean, they could have got endorsement deals immediately from Southwest Air. Like,
yeah. They could have had something.
fly with free baggage. I can see the Kim Kardashian commercial already with her baggage. So
yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna definitely hear about because it's the Kardashians and because our world is obsessed with them for some reason. I'm sure we're gonna hear all the juicy details as this all continues and rolls out and continues to. Yeah, we're not gonna have an option. We're gonna have to hear about it. Like, yeah. It's not like we can avoid.
They're gonna force it down our throats.
The guys that I listen to on the radio, the white dudes I listen to on the radio are talking about it. So like the middle-aged white men are talking about it on sports radio. So, we can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real in these streets then.
When ESPN has a Kardashian alert right next to their LeBron trade alert, that.
Wow. Wow.
We're going backwards.
Speaking of stuff we can't get away from,
as a people,
let's segue into
good segue.
More hot messes?
No. Are we going YouTube next? We switched that, Viber.
I think we should just go with the YouTube because that's going to be a long topic.
That's the whole
the meat
show. Like there's so much. Let's just brush over.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
Guys out of the way first.
Okay, so when was that speech that we all heard and we all were applauding? That was it was all
award show. I think the BET, I don't know, Black Folk Awards.
A year ago. It's a year ago, right?
Yeah. God, time is really gone.
We hear Jesse Williams gets up and stands in front of everybody accepting what he was winning a civil rights award, right?
Yeah, the Butterscotch King.
And
there you go.
Proud of black women. He was uplifting black women everywhere.
He was saying, we have done wrong by you. You've not done good. We will do better.
Voice Daniel, your preacher voice.
Yeah, the black woman's champion.
We will do better. Ha! The Lord said it. Ha! We're gonna do it. Ha! Hallelujah. No, but we're gonna do better by you. And then news comes out, and this is funny because when did we all get together and say we need to get this show going again? When was that?
Right after
about a week ago.
Yeah. Right. So I was sitting in my office, minding my own business, doing my own thing, and then I hear coming out of the bedroom, Nimi was watching the Wendy Williams show.
I love that show. Her and I are kindred spirits.
Are you her co-host?
Yes.
So she's watching Wendy Williams, and Wendy Williams starts talking about Jesse Williams, that he was leaving his wife. He's divorcing his wife, and 3 kids?
I don't know how many kids they have. I just know they have a couple.
2 kids?
So maybe 2.
I think it's 2.
Okay. So they got kids. He's leaving them and he's not just leaving them, but she helped him when he was nothing. I mean, this is what I'm hearing coming from the bedroom. She helped him along the time when he was nothing, when he was running to auditions, trying to make a life for himself, and then he leaves her.
Anything.
What's that?
When he couldn't book anything, she was there for
right.
him.
Yeah. And then now he's got some success. He's got some stuff under his belt. He's, playing Harry Belafonte in a biopic, right? He's doing all this stuff. And then as he says, we will do right by you. We will do better. What is the exact phrase that he used?
I don't know what that nigga said. Listen. That's some bullshit.
It was all BS.
The standard with his type is, y'all have to remember he's half white. But his actions speak all the way black. Male celebrity, because when they get on, they're gonna leave your ass for a white girl.
Yeah,
So
he sure did. He left her for
basically,
Becky with the
his
good
status
hair.
symbol. So he's up. He's all the way up now. So now it's time to step off with his biracial wife. I believe she's biracial too. But
I thought so.
yeah, I think she's biracial too. But anyway, she was knocked so much on social media, called ugly, and she's endured so much, and then he just ups and was like, I'm gonna leave you for a skinny white girl with herpes, right?
And I'm not, and we're not dating. And we're not dating. We're just fucking around.
That's what I heard.
He cheated. He cheated. He didn't just leave her. He cheated.
Yeah. And I think now he's like in a custody battle.
Yeah.
What's her name? I was about to call her Elin, but that's Tiger's wife, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that was Tiger Woods' wife.
Well, all these jilted women. It's unfortunate because again the kids are involved. So but fuck him. Basically.
So we threw up on Facebook. We put up on Facebook his quote and it said, "Is this what you mean? Is this what you mean by we're gonna do better? We'll leave you for a white woman."
Right.
Right. Because it's all good to stand up there and say it, but really,
it's better that you leave. Yeah, maybe it is better. So, let's go to the comments real quick.
Okay.
William says, hello. Shay says, oh, the Jesse Williams divorce was to be expected because when he get on, he gonna leave your ass for a white girl. He's still fine though. You can't take that away from him. He's a piece of shit though. But yes, Lord, he's a piece of shit. Okay, moving on to more pieces of shit. We got a whole.
All right, guys.
It's a whole bunch.
Like, speaking of pieces of shit.
So that's a great segue. So I got some notes that I took earlier today.
Okay, preface this, guys. Danny's on this because we feel like, for one, Danny is a very good person, a good soul, a good man, a good husband. Like, he's a very
good character.
So when I sent him the link, because Shay sent me the link, I'm driving. I'm on the way to the beach. I pull over. Guess where I was, Danny, when I sent it to you? Wawa.
But see, it was funny because when I text messaged and said, "Did you guys see this?" He was like, "I'm watching it now." Like, literally
was watching it then.
We were all like,
I was driving,
involved at the moment it happened.
I was like, "Holy shit!" Like that's holy shit. Is this real? So I have to, be honest here when I say I still haven't watched it. I have no desire to watch it because I don't want to get angry. So I just said, Danny, this will be your segment because we need to hear this from an actual good man's voice. A man's voice, a good man's voice.
A good man with good morals and values and a strong character.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're making my head big.
Pretty big. Big head.
I know. I'm gonna have to order on other websites to buy my hats. No, what I'm saying. Okay, so when I saw the video from the Knives Knowles, when like we said, we were all kind of at the same time getting the news. I was genuinely sad. Like I was like, that sucks. Because my thoughts in divorce. I mean, we've already said it twice now with the two other people that we're talking about, which are the celebrities that we're talking about. Now we're talking about a YouTube star, which you cannot consider a celebrity as much as they would like to be considered. But I was genuinely sad because immediately I thought, man, they have 3 kids. My very next.
Were you mad? Like, what was your first reaction?
I was genuinely sad at first when I first saw the video and I saw not clickbait and I clicked on it and I started to watch it and I was like, oh, they're gonna end it, and that sucks.
I was like, I knew it. When I first saw it,
no. That was my second thought. That was my second thought. So when I first saw it, I was like, that sucks for the kids. I was genuinely sad, and then as I started watching the video, and the more and more that he spoke, I got even more and more upset and angry. Because if you know anything about the Knives Knowles, first of all, we have not ever endorsed the Knife Knolls, ever.
We have several videos that we actually say and
we-
explain why we don't endorse them.
In the very, very beginning, we did talk about them. Not as much as we did like Gabe and Babe and Jamie and Nikki and, you know, those other folks. But we did for a very short period of time. So we don't want to get called out on that.
Right.
But it was very short because right after that, we did do at least two shows where we did say we do not endorse them. We had to mention why they were not included because so many people in the comments were saying, you missed them.
Why didn't you talk about
like,
Knolls?
yeah, and we're like, no, we didn't miss them.
Like, I gave them $5 to move to LA. It's all right. We're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. For a very short period of time. Can we just quick go into the comments before we hold up?
Yeah, that's comments. People are talking.
Oh, Shay says, the peeps are speaking, man. Don't watch it. It was a lot of selfishness from his end. Just wish Britt was the one to end it.
Yeah.
And Papa 9099 says, me too. I was heartbroken. Nisi says, I was sad for the wife and kids. He can't seem to get it together. Naturally, Coley cuteness. Welcome. That's the first I've seen of your name. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Says, same. My heart goes out to Britt and their kids. And then Shay says, I agree with you all in the chat. My heart goes out to Britt, mostly their 3 children.
So I started to get angry. Honestly, and I'm just gonna, if it's all right, can I go through notes that I took, because I feel like each of them have kind of something to say with it. Like,
absolutely.
One of the things that he said,
you've interfaced with Austin, the both of you, so you have a really good view.
I don't know if we met. I feel like we met live one time somewhere, but maybe that's wrong.
Well, I know you interfaced when you guys had that issue.
Yeah, we had an issue with, so history-wise, like, I called Austin out on Trayvon Martin stuff way back in the day, but him getting online and making a video saying, guys, you just need to relax. Y'all need to just relax because George Zimmerman was proven not guilty, okay? So y'all need to relax, guys. And I called him out for that. And then all of a sudden, when Michael Brown happened, he was all pro-black and Black Lives Matter and let's go burn down Ferguson. So I don't know what the separation that happened there was. He tried to make, look at the growth I've had. Okay, whatever. Like, at that point in time, I looked at it and I said, you do this. All right, I'm going to go with that opinion that everybody's going with so I can gain more popularity and influence, all that type of stuff. And no lie, Dee and I have had conversations where we've been watching YouTubers rise to subscriber levels, and we've been watching Gabe and Babe as their numbers are going up. We were really excited when Jamie and Nikki hit 1 million subscribers because we were worried that the Knife Knolls were going to get there first, and we were kind of like enjoying the fact that they were kind of steady at the spot that they were at, honestly, because not so much Brittany. She was kind of a byproduct of the channel, but it was just Austin's like, I am a YouTuber, and that means I'm going to go with whatever YouTube is popular right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he started out by saying it was his decision, right? And that frustrated me first. And I see in the comments, we'll go to the comments in a minute, but I see in the comments people already said it. I wish Britt would have ended it. Yeah, like, his decision. He's saying, this is my decision. This is what I am choosing. And he said, if you want to be mad at me. And like, when he started saying that, I was like, dude, this guy has a big ego. Yeah. Like, this guy, and he said, I know some of you guys are going to be so hurt by this. You're going to be so hurt by this. And I know that there are a lot of really young kids watching the Knife Knolls, right, that are probably feeling like that they have a more connection than they actually do. They're not living in reality. They probably are in some way hurt by this decision. And I can understand, I can understand from a perspective of maybe not even a young person, but a black woman, when a black woman is rejected by a man specifically in this manner, that could feel hurt and painful too. I think that's probably an immature position and probably got some growing up to do in that case, but I can understand how that might be something. But he kept talking about how we've been doing this for years. We've been doing this channel. One of the things that I noticed, actually I didn't notice the first time I watched this, but I noticed it today as I was kind of preparing for tonight. He regularly would say, in this video, he would regularly say, something about hurting the fans and hurting the viewers before he would talk about hurting his wife and his kids.
Wow.
He would talk about viewers first and people that were watching and people. He would talk about that as, guys, I just know that you guys are all going to hate me. And it's almost like this self-loathing, like push myself up, like so that people will say, no, we don't hate you, bud. It's okay. You can leave your wife. No problem. Right. So he touched on relationship goals, hashtag relationship goals. Kev on Stage is a really funny video about why hashtag relationship goals is stupid. I definitely suggest watching that. It's really funny. Maybe we'll link it below if we remember to. Maybe we won't. But he talked about, oh, so many of you guys have said we're relationship goals. You and Britt are relationship goals for me. And he's building himself up almost this entire time.
He's very cocky. Very cocky.
Super cocky. And I mean, I understand the position that he's in. Like, and one of the things that immediately went in my head, I think I told you this, maybe even Piper, is as a person of faith and with the understanding that like the Knives Knolls are promoted as not only interracial but young Christian YouTubers. Like the first thing that popped in my mind was like, the scripture that says, don't judge, yes, lest you be judged, right? Like that's going on in my head the entire time I'm watching this video. Not that I think I'm ever going to be in a position where I'm talking about leaving my wife because I've chosen to. But I want to be careful in saying all this, that I'm trying to judge the fruit, not the character, but the character is difficult when there's not a lot of character.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he says the channel will continue. He said something that was really kind of weird. He said the video is going to continue. Brittany's going to do the videos now with the kids. He said, we're going to do some rebranding. We are going to do some rebranding. I thought that was weird that he included himself in that process, which makes me feel like a little bit of like, okay. And I have a comment on that I'll save for a little bit. He also then went on to say, I'm not going to be in it anymore. So I'm sure all of you that are watching will love that because you guys hate me so much. I mean, again, into this self-loathing and trying to promote himself.
And trying to garner people sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he didn't.
He was trying to go for sympathy. He wanted, I mean, he even
missed.
teared up. His eyes got real red for a second, like he might cry.
Cried without tears.
Yeah. But he didn't let one tear shed.
And he made a comment, and Crystalline actually jumped on this too. She made a video about it. And he said, what you see on the internet is not real.
Yeah.
Not reality ever. And my comment to that was like, yeah, it's not real when you're not genuine. Like when you're not a real person in front of the camera, like then it's obviously not real. You're not genuine. You're not real.
And Danny, what's that thought? So that was a part of the reason why we never, or I'm not gonna say we never, but for 90% of since the inception of our channel, we did not promote them, and for a number of reasons. And I think Papa 9099 kind of was asking in the comments why.
Yeah, what reason?
Always refer to our favorite swirlers, our favorite YouTubers.
Yeah.
Kind of in there. And then there was one, I can't remember the episode that we did where Britt commented.
Yeah.
On our channel
she came in and said, you guys, for a channel that talks about love, you guys sure don't talk nice about us.
Right. And see, if you like, I don't bite my tongue. I don't gauge. I have no deity to which I subscribe, so I don't give a shit. So it's judge lest be judged stuff is out the door for me. Like I'm just stating facts. It is what it is. You're a piece of shit. Like that's just what it is. Like you just are, and it's very unfortunate that you're breaking up your family and your children, like, for what? I mean, for what? When it boils down to it, just because you can't get outside pussy, well, you are getting it, but you know, ideally that's not your situation. But if you go back to our videos, like, we've said time and time again that Britt always seemed very uncomfortable in her own skin, very insecure. She's also what, 5-6 years his senior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like dog years, it's like 21 years older than him, you know, like emotionally or mentally. So there's a number of reasons, 1999, that we just didn't support them. And look, this is exactly why.
Yeah.
It always seemed very forced and very fake. There was one, I was done with her when I think they had first moved to LA, and she was getting in the car, and Austin was driving the car earlier. So obviously he's tall, so she had to adjust the seat. So Austin, like I said, he's very tall. She was sitting back, like really far back, almost in the back seat. She's like, oh my God, Austin, like, you know, he sits so far back. It's so ghetto. How's that ghetto? Like, I was done with her. Like, I was like,
right.
What is she talking about? Like the whole hair thing. And she was so insecure, and you could just tell. And then, so I think it was, I don't know if it was Piper or Danny, like, you know, you told me, like, we sent the text and said that she was going on her natural hair journey. And I'm like,
yes,
it's about
I told you about that. She was going on her natural hair journey.
And
she
it was like such a shock. And I'm like, what's about damn time? Yeah, because that, oh God, just, oh. He's annoying. He's a piece of shit. I do, you know, I don't wish any ill towards her, obviously, or their children. I do wish the best for her. And I hope she comes out of this stronger and better. And I heard she just lost her dad. And that's so unfortunate. Yeah. Like, I know what it's like to lose a parent. But what makes me wonder is, I often wonder if her parents ever kind of, like, hipped her to him. Like, kind of side-eyed him and said, you know, you sure this is what you really want to do?
Right.
No, have anyone in her family or friends or her circle hipped her?
Yeah, I tried to talk her out of that.
Yeah. So can we get the comments real quick? Oh, go ahead, Piper.
Well, I was just going to share a little bit of like what I thought about it, because for me, I felt like he just wasn't taking responsibility for what he did, because he barely threw in there in that video that he keeps hurting her, and he hurt her again in the same way that he
previously. Yeah, he said I hurt her. He said I hurt her over and over. Early days, by pride and selfishness, with pride and selfishness, and then that manifested into not being faithful, and I would hurt her so much, and then recently it happened again.
Yeah, and it happened again, and I'm like, so he barely acknowledged the fact that he was actually the catalyst. He cheated. And I believe, from my standpoint, I believe the only reason he asked for this divorce is because he already has an idea of who he wants to move on to. And he's doing this for a reason. There is someone else, and he thinks that he stands a chance. So he's adamant about not saving his marriage. And he kept saying over and over again, I shouldn't be married. I don't want to be married. It's about me. I'm not happy. And that just speaks,
not her.
Yeah, that reeks of somebody who's already trying to move on. And for me, I'm like, the only reason you're even getting these other girls is because you are on YouTube, and some girls have no tact and no morals, and they'll go after a married man and already in a relationship. And I think that's part of how he finds these little side pieces, because realistically, he's always shooting for YouTube, and I know people come at him that way. I know there are scandalous women who are going to say, like, I want him, even if he's married. I don't care. It's almost like a status symbol to be able to break up their marriage and take him.
Even transvestites.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was rumors going around that he was cheating on her with the transvestite last time.
Oh, I just think, honestly, like, it was so despicable, and I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, especially because they were so close with the Shaytards, and then they broke up.
Did they?
They're having their issue, and so I'm like, it was only a matter of time before the Knives Knowles went downhill completely.
Yeah, but the Shaytards did the right thing when they had problems, which was very similar to the same problems that Austin had, where text messages came out and all that stuff. The Shaytards went, we're out. we're done.
Yep.
We're off YouTube. We're
They
out. And
bounce.
they have not been on YouTube for like over a year now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been out. They were like, no, we're out. Just recently, his wife started coming back on YouTube and other people's stuff, and he was in a video for somebody's wedding. He was in the crowd with somebody's wedding. But yeah, they're in Idaho, and from what I heard, they're working on it. They're working on stuff.
Yeah.
But they took YouTube out of the picture, which is what honestly. And Shay said this earlier. She said that she wishes that Britt would get out of the toxicity of YouTube. I agree, but at the same time, YouTube is their livelihood. And one of the things that watching this video, like, I really hope that Brittany does. I don't think she will, because I think she's a trusting Christian, good Christian girl. She needs to take this video and download this video and go to the best divorce lawyer in Kansas City or wherever they live now. And she needs to go and get everything she can from him, because he confesses he's unfaithful in this video. He talks about all this stuff, and he's all nice goody right now, because what he's trying to do is keep her happy by keeping her YouTube views up and keeping her money flowing in, right? Maybe if she has the money flowing in, she'll be happy and she won't worry about him. But when this dude disappears like he's going to, because he's a selfish person, when he's not there for his kids anymore, because he cares more about YouTube views or the skanks he's hanging out with than his kids, then she's going to be in a very hurt spot, because she's going to do what most Christian girls do, which is just forgive and bless God, believe for the best. And I hope that she can take this video and take him for everything that he's worth, right? Like, he is leaving.
You think it's going to get ugly?
I don't think it will. I don't think Brittany will let it get ugly. I think she's not a fighter, and she's going to roll over. But
this may be the kick in the butt. It might be the catalyst for change.
This might get her groove back. So,
I hope so. I hope
it's a catalyst for change, but I don't see that in her personality as of right now.
Okay.
Right, but my problem is this guy is sitting on here talking about how it's going to hurt everyone else, and then he talks about his kids, and then he talks about his wife, and it's going to hurt you guys that are watching, and it's also going to hurt my kids. And like, I just do not think he has a good grasp on reality. That he says and this is where I am a traditional, conservative, Christian white man.
Great privilege, holla.
Privilege. Right.
No, I don't think privilege has anything to do with this. I think that you fix yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, he's unhappy. That means there's something in him that is not connecting right. It's not marriage. It's not connecting right. There's something in his life that is not connecting right. And happiness comes and goes. Like, you do not be in this constant state of being happy. It comes and goes. You have to find what makes you happy. You have to become a person that can find happiness. And you definitely don't justify it by saying she deserves better. Yeah, no shit, she deserves better. She definitely deserves better. But guess what? You're leaving her now as a single black woman with 3 kids, right, to go try to find to do better. The better that she needs is for you to get off your ass and start being a little bitch baby. I'm being a perfect little Christian tonight. Stop being a little baby and go fix yourself. Fix yourself for your relationship. Like, the thing is when. And I'm newly married. Like, I'm in honeymoon mode. Like, I am definitely honeymoon mode. I know that tough times are ahead for every single relationship. I'm not naive to that. But I know that when you place yourself above someone else, then, of course, there's going to be this, well, she deserves better than me. Because that's not a relationship. A relationship is 2 people that are serving not even each other. So my wife and I, Nimi and I don't serve her. I serve us, right? It's about us. It's not about her, because it can get really unhealthy if it's all about her. Right. It can get really healthy for me. It can get really unhealthy for her if it's all about me. And if we're both trying to do that, it's all about each other. Like, that's a nice thought that we all think in love. Like I want to serve that person more than I want to serve myself. That's a nice thought. But if it's not about the us is the important thing. You find your happiness in the us. You fix whatever's wrong in your head so you can focus on the us. And I've seen a lot of reaction videos. There's a lot of reaction videos that people are saying, yeah, good, you need to leave her and let her find somebody else. Okay, like let's put that in the real world. Let's look at Britney's online dating profile. Black woman, mother of 3 young children. And let's look at her as a viable option to marry someone. Like, I understand the idea of like, oh, I can't do this, I'm no good at this, so I need to let her be happy. No, go fix yourself. Go fix who you are, and realize that it's not about happiness, and then bring that man. That's the man that she deserves, not some other person that now are. And as soon as that dude shows up, guess what Austin's going to be like? No, I'm their dad. I'm their dad. I'm their dad. Yeah. Right? It's just a recipe for disaster. What I see in the future for this couple, what I saw when they had their scandal,
right?
What I saw was divorce was in their future unless they got off YouTube and fixed things. They didn't. They left YouTube for like a day and a half. They came back. Oh, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're gonna do counseling, and only God can judge. 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 No, you can't say that when you want to be a public figure.
We're judging you.
Yeah.
People every day, like, period.
But what I see for their future is I see Austin finding some white skank and shacking up with her. honestly, and he's going to bounce around from woman to woman because he was married. He also blamed it on being married young. So meaning I didn't get to go sow my wild oats. So now as a late 20-year-old father of 3, I'm going to go sow my wild oats now because I never got to do that when I was a kid.
Well, not only go sow his wild oats, but go sow them even if it hurt, even to the detriment of his family, his wife. He's going to go sow them, and who cares?
But his priority in that video, I mean, go listen to that video. Every time he talks about his kids, it's always he's talked about the viewers first.
Really?
Awful. He said he's a people person. He always wants to make people smile. Yeah. He's hurting people. He says every friend that he's talked to has told him that he's stupid and he needs to fix whatever's wrong, and he needs to do the right decision, which is to stay married. And he doesn't not want to be with Brittany. He loves his kids. Being away from them is the hardest thing. This is a note I took. He's been with them 3 to 4 times this week. And then my question is, why were you only with your kids 3 to 4 times this week? You're a fucking YouTuber. You got all the free time in the world. Why are you only spending 3 to 4 times a week with them?
Yeah.
What do you do with your life all week that you can't go be with your kids? This is something they have to deal with. Every other option, what he's supposed to do, but it all comes down to he's unhappy.
Right.
Yeah.
Unhappy.
Well, I want to add something because I really took offense to him saying it kind of felt like he was in a roundabout way trying to put it off on Brittany because he kept saying,
really,
she's so perfect. She does everything right. And, when you listen to that, you hear that as maybe she held him up to a standard he couldn't possibly have met because she's so perfect. And he really stuck to that. She's so perfect. She never does anything wrong. She's not having these scandals. And so it just kind of seemed like he was saying, it's kind of her fault. If she wasn't so perfect and had some imperfections of her own, maybe he wouldn't have had to go and do all this stuff. But she's so perfect. He was out, and I kind of got that vibe just because he really stressed how perfect she was, how good she was, and it looked like it was that she was kind of breeding animosity in him because of the fact that she didn't have these scandals attached to her.
Whenever there's a scandal, it's because of something I've done.
Yeah. And it just seemed like he was in a roundabout way blaming her. Like, if she wasn't so perfect and she wasn't on this pedestal, then maybe he wouldn't have had to fall from grace. I mean, it just kind of seemed like he didn't want to say it, but in a way he said it. She's so perfect. She's so good. She's a good part. I mean, he just really went on to basically like she's Mother Teresa, and he just
right.
can't, you know, he's just
I've
like,
seen this. I've been in this
horrible.
before. So he puts her up on the pedestal, so he feels like when he falls from grace, it's okay because she's up here.
Yes, because she's
you don't
so
do that with humans. I get it. I've seen that. I've experienced that. I've been told that before. And it uh-oh. You guys still there?
Yep.
No. Well, Danny will be back. Yeah, he dropped off. But it almost, like you said, it circuitously puts the blame on said angel.
Yeah, her perfections.
And it absolves the perpetrator.
Yeah. It kind of makes it like, okay, he didn't really do anything wrong.
Is it like some sort of narcissism or something?
I believe it is. It's a completely narcissistic view on his half, just because he was so like, I don't want to be married. It's just all about him and his feelings. And I'm like, meanwhile, you led her on for a year after this scandal thinking that your marriage could work. If you didn't think you wanted to be in it, you should have immediately bounced out of that marriage and not put her through this yet again.
Wow.
You know, to where he had to now come on, and he even said, you know, she's going to put up a video addressing this herself in the next week or something, be looking for that. But I was just like, I don't really think I can hear or listen to what she has to say, because I don't see her having the strength right at this moment to be able to truly stand, you know, up for herself. I mean, I hope that she does, and I hope this has given her, you know, maybe a really good look at who he is as a person, and maybe somehow has provided her with some strength. And, you know, I really do hope that she stays prayerful and stays, you know, and maybe uses the church, because I told you guys before, I didn't like whenever they moved to LA, how God dropped right out of their whole relationship. I mean, like, they were living the high life.
And Papa 9099, you can find where Piper said that. I remember that.
Yeah. I did not think that they were going to last. As soon as they moved to LA, and God just dropped right on out their marriage, and they were not God this and God that. It was nothing.
They moved to the City of Angels and went to hell.
Yeah, basically. And I did mention that back then. I was like, I don't like it. I was not watching them then, and I just knew. I was just like, this is a recipe for disaster. You can't hear that. They weren't talking about God at all. None of their vlogs had God in it. But then when they were back home with their family, there was God, there was prayer. It was so strong. Their faith was so unshakable. But then they went to LA, and their faith just shook off. Like, I was shocked. And I knew that this was only a matter of time before this is where it went. They met in church. You can't take that type of a dynamic and just destroy it, basically, and then expect to still be able to stay married to that same person. Hollywood does have a way of twisting people, and I mean the weakest characters, and he obviously has a very weak character. And the moment he was tempted, you know, he bit of the forbidden fruit. So, and doesn't really apologize too much for it. He just is all about himself and what he needs. But I'm like, you brought 3 innocent people into this world. You don't get the luxury of being all about yourself now.
That is so unfortunate too.
Yeah. And like, these little kids don't have anything to do with what's going on in your marriage, and you just drug them through it, and you took a year off of this girl's life, and she thought her marriage could possibly work. And here you are going to counseling and everything, but then in your head, you're just like, I'm not happy, I'm not happy, I'm not happy. And you're still doing the same things you were doing before. The reason for the whole scandal, you're still doing the same stuff. So that's sad to me. I'm like, I felt horrible for her, and just pray that she's able to find her strength somewhere. But I don't really think she should get on YouTube and express anything. I think she should take this time and not do anything but take care of her kids, take care of herself, take care of her life, because it's falling apart. You know,
and for the world to see.
Yeah, and YouTube was their bread and butter. So what is she going to do? What if people don't tune into her? You know, what if she's not able to bring the viewers like it did before? You know, I mean, we've made the joke before that, you know, all you have to do to be successful on YouTube is get yourself a white man, put a white man in your video, and then, you know, watch your subscriber count blow up.
Yeah.
Well, what happens when the white man drops out of the video? You know, I think I worry that maybe they're not going to be able to sustain just on YouTube. And he's already changed the name of their channel to Brit Space instead of Nine Knowles.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like it's already happening, and it's happening quick. I just don't know if that's going to be enough of a draw to keep her and her family above water. And what are they going to do?
I mean, but I guess we could use as example